Yo, what's going on, everybody? My name is Dana. Welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new here, please turn on that notification bell, hit that subscribe button, and let's get right into this gameplay, where actually, if you guys rewind a few seconds back, you could see that Kriknak's actually bugged with his first buff. You could see that my first skill just went into oblivion pretty much. It didn't even go anywhere. It didn't do any damage. I don't know what happened, but that's been happening in my recent Kriknak games, so I have to remember to not do that anymore. You can't just spam your first skill and click it until the buff spawns, because it will just disappear. Thinking about sending a clip of that to Tencent or to the AOV Twitter, just to have them take a look at it and possibly fix it, because it is pretty annoying. Anyways, enough about that. Let's get right into this gameplay, where we're actually against a Darcy, the strongest jungler in the game right now, arguably, and he did take a hit. He did take a hit in the latest patch. He got a nerf, but honestly, he is still the strongest jungler, just because his kit is so strong. That first skill, if you get a Darcy anywhere to late game, he will one-shot you, no exceptions. It is just crazy. So Kriknak also did get that nerf a while back, but he is still pretty strong, and let's see who prevails here. And as we can see that the Darcy just used his ultimate, we can also see right there that he uses his first skill, which is our time to go in, because he then has nothing to stop us from just jumping onto him. But it didn't exactly work out. We missed, even though we jumped over the wall, we only picked up the crest with our ulti, and there you can see that when I ultimate, I'm kind of frozen for a bit. I have to walk forwards on Kriknak. When you're using his ulti, you have to walk forward. It doesn't let you move directions for a little bit. But so we had to eat that bomb, which kind of sucked really bad. That just took our health way down. So we are now out of that fight completely. So I instantly just go into my jungle to try and trade, because I need to get farmed. And if this Darcy wants to stay top, you can see he has no blue buff when I pan the map. That means that, of course, he did start near his blue side. That's the only reason he ganked top. So yeah, they're wasting a ton of time right now. His jungle is going to be up. So even though they did get a kill, it does not mean that they will be ahead in gold necessarily, because I'm just here slowly farming up while this Darcy lets his jungle sit up. Anyways, you can see here we're almost done with our first clear, and Darcy has not even went into his jungle yet. Again, guys, when you do lose a fight or something like that, you can just instantly just walk back into your jungle, farm up. You can see now that the Tulin picks up a kill on the crest. It is now 1-2-1, and you can see the Darcy at mid lane going back to his blue buff, where he's going to pick that up. We know now that his red is going to be up right now for sure, 100%. So we could go to that. You can see here that we actually dodged the entire skill set of Natalia, made Xennial ult because we jumped onto her after she missed her ulti too. We kind of dragged her around. You can see the red, like I predicted, is up, and you can see that I'm not committing here on this crest with my ultimate. That's because I need to use it as an escape. I know the Darcy's coming. I know that the Yorn could collapse behind. Natalia's right there, so if I did use my ultimate, would have died. You can see that I switch here from red to the small camp. That's because I had no time to actually take down that red all the way before Darcy came. Darcy would have showed up and he would have wiped our entire team, which would have been so bad for us, which is why I just decided to switch targets and just go to the other camp. Anyways, Darcy uses his first skill here again. Whenever Darcy uses his first skill, it's when he turns that blue form. That's when you know as an assassin to be going super aggressive. Anyways, you jump onto this Yorn here. It actually flickers. He does a terrible flicker and he misses it. So very well played for us. We were able to poke out that Yorn to insanely low HP, and you can see that the Darcy is right here. I'm going to jump onto him, cast my first skill, cast my punish, and we are able to take him down, but not before we die as well, because we are just in the middle of 3 people with no skills up. It was not a bad thing to just trade with the Darcy there. Of course, if I traded with that crest, you could see his HP is not too high right now. If I just decided to jump on the crest and trade with him, that would have been a pretty bad play, because their crest isn't going to be the one carrying the game. It's going to be the ADC or the jungler. So if I traded with the Yorn, it wouldn't have been too bad, but preferably Darcy, because again, I don't want him getting to that late game stage with a lot of gold. Anyways, you can see that they're still fighting here. Again, the Xennial actually just comes down, so there are 4 people at top right now. I jump onto 2 of them at once. We are able to then kill the crest and kill the Natalia. You can see this Xennial just jumping onto me, being super aggressive. We're just going to jump onto this Yorn again, use our first skill into our second skill right away, and we're about to pick up this kill onto this Zenial, guys, look at that HP bar. He barely got away. If I chased him out with my ultimate, though, it would have been a for sure suicide. So yeah, pretty well played by us there. And you can see we're just going to go straight back into our jungle because our red is already all spawned and we do not want to keep it up for much more longer. So of course, we need to get back into there as soon as possible. Waste no gold. We just got that lead with a triple kill, almost a quadra kill, but not quite there yet. And you can see my HP bar is just going up and up because Soul Reaver... Actually, do we even have Soul Reaver? I'm not too sure yet. We do, of course. We have Soul Reaver. We have 2 Reeves in my build, actually. The purples actually have 2 Reeves. Anyways, you can see here the Natalia. I'm trying to spam my first skill, but she runs away before I can. I was spam clicking my first skill, and when I realized that wasn't going off, I just clicked my ultimate. She actually had to flicker away. You can see that I sidestepped all the skills there. Very nice. Sidestepped the first and the second, both in the brush. So here I just clear the mid wave, and I can see that top is actually not pushed at all. They actually just got a tower on us. I'm thinking about doing the dragon too, because there's not much objectives to be had right now. And I actually see that the Darcy took the dragon. He tries to ulti onto me, but actually misses, and he has to disengage with his ultimate, like you saw, guys. Anyways, I can see the Tulin jumping onto the Natalia here. I'm able to pick her up with my first skill, and then as soon as I do that, I book it and just run for my life with this ulti. And you can see that the Crush just jumped onto my Chognar trying to pick up the kill. He lives with 1 HP again, just like he did at top lane. But I jump onto this Crush because I know he has no mobility after he uses his jump. That's the only mobility he has. So pretty nicely played by us for us to realize that and to capitalize. We just kept slowing him down with our red until it was too late for him, and he just could not escape anymore. We are now 6-1-0. The 1 death, of course, being when we did suicide trade for that Darcy. Not even a bad play. And again, just always back in my jungle. This is why I'm always able to get so fed in these games, is because I always have a good mindset of when I should be going back into my jungle and when I should be taking lane gold, stuff like that. So I'm always in this mentality of just getting as much farm as possible, getting the team as fed as possible. You know, with dragons, you can see I actually tried to get the camp over there and missed hopping over the wall. That was pretty sad, but we still take it uncontested. And again, like I said, top is the only lane with no towers pushed, so I'm interested in doing some damage there. But first I want to clear the mid wave. I knew there was a mid wave coming because I saw my own mid wave had something coming mid, so I knew that theirs was going to be crashing mid at the same time. Anyways, I'm going to jump onto the Zenial who was trying to kill on to my Elsu. We're able to clean him up nicely, and now we have a wave pushing at top, so I'm just going to leave the Elsu to take that tower while I go and do something else around the map, maybe pick up a kill. So we're just going to wait around here because Elsu actually was not able to get the tower. They actually contested it, which I was not expecting at all. And we jump onto this crest here. We don't have our ultimate, now we do. So we're going to click on it and pretty much just wait here. We don't know whether we want to engage or disengage. We can see that Darcy right over here killing our Elsu. We just saw him use his ultimate. Now he has no ult. Now he has no first skill, excuse me. So this is a free kill for us. And there he goes. You can see the Zenial also jumps into the fray, but he cannot do much because he's just a tank. And we actually just got our Omni Arms, which means even more lifesteal for us, guys. I love these heroes that can just lifesteal as much as they want in their jungle on heroes. It's just such a good advantage to always never have to back for HP because you can always just lifesteal. Such a good advantage on the battlefield. Look at this. HP bar already full. Insanity. Honestly, I think this is why Zephy's is not one of the top tier assassins right now. It's because his lifesteal, really, he doesn't have much. You know, like, he can't just walk into the jungle like Kriknak and just completely clear it too. Kriknak has a lot faster clear, and Zephy's just is not too fast right now. Hopefully he gets a buff because that's definitely what he needs right now. I'm looking forward to Zephy's being back in the meta. You know, it's funny because my Zephy's was meta when nobody played it and it was all ADC jungle, but now that assassins are coming back, I feel like my Zephy's is bad and can't be used anymore. And as you can see that the Darcy uses his first skill, we saw him use his ultimate over there trying to pick up a Chognar, and as soon as he uses his ultimate and his first skill, he has 0 defenses, guys. 0. None. He cannot escape anything for the life of him. Literally, for the life of him. Unless he has his passive. You guys need to be keeping out on that passive, because this is how you counter a Darcy. You just need to completely dive the hell out of him. But he can stop your dive if he does have a full passive bar, because that means he can proc his first skill twice. That's 4 seconds of immunity that you cannot hit this Darcy. If you're an assassin, that means death pretty much, because the target you're trying to assassinate now has a 4-second immunity orb that you just cannot deal with. So you need to wait until he has 1, no passive, and 2, no first skill. I tried to jump onto him there, but I know he probably has his first skill, so I instantly just back off, and of course we could see that he did proc it. I'm just going to pick up the blue buff again. Look at that lifesteal. Such a good thing to have. We can see that the Crash actually ults us, but my Chognar ulties me as well, so I'm able to dash away before I take any serious damage. You can see they're chasing at low HP, but the Crash actually heals, which means I cannot chase anymore, because by the time I realized that, hey, this Chognar, or excuse me, this Crash and this Yorn are chasing my team, they're pretty low as well. Let me go on to them. It was too late. And you can see that Darcy uses his ultimate. He also uses his first skill. And guys, look at that damage. Such a good idea on when to go in on my part. Very, very well played. As soon as I see that he uses his first skill, it's just my time to completely go in and wreak havoc on his HP bar. He cannot do anything if he doesn't have his ulti, his first skill, or his passive. If those 3 things are down, usually you don't even need those 3 down. Excuse me, oh my god, those 3 things down, just his passive and his first skill. Make sure he cannot go immune for 4 seconds or even 2 seconds, because that will completely stop your dive, and likely you will die in those 2 seconds, because he does so much damage with that first skill that is just ridiculous. Here we can see we're just taunting them at their own base, trying to push, but they're just being so defensive, huddling around, that we cannot do anything. Around this time, I should be looking for the Darkslayer, which is what we will be doing eventually. You can see that the turret just got the dragon there as well. So yeah, you can see I just pinged the Darkslayer, but first I want to go and get this blue buff before they go and take it. So going to get that. Always need blue buff on a hero like Kriknak. But yeah, we're just going to go on to this dark. Not much more to explain, except what I was talking about earlier, where when you are versus Darcy, the only way to counter him is with insane dive. So you just need to be using your assassin the correct way. Like, always make sure that he does not have his first skill or his passive, that mini blue state. And as you can see here, we jump, but the Natalia dodges, and you can see, look at this, there's 2 tanks just jumping onto me. I'm able to dash through 2 of them, which means I get double life steal onto them, because the second skill actually heals you when you go through minions. I can see the Darcy here. He actually uses his first skill, and again, like I said, as soon as I see that first skill, I'm going in on this Darcy, and that is exactly what we did. Killed him in 1 hit, or 1 or 2 hits, I can't even know, but he just melted like butter. Again, jump onto the crest there, hit the core once, and that we did so much damage to the core because we do have Omni Arms, and that is the game. So GG, well played. You can just see how much damage we were able to do to that Darcy. He had no chance to do anything. Those 3 times I ganked him, he got 1-tapped. Literally 1-tapped. But of course, you have to see how methodical and how planned out this was to actually go and jump onto him. It's a process. You can't just YOLO dive onto these Darcys. You need to realize, okay, there's like a checklist almost, you know? Like, does he have his first skill? No. Does he have his passive? No. Does he have his ultimate? Yes, I would still go on to him even if he does just have his ulti. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this guide, and I will see you all tomorrow in the next video. Peace out.